YouTube, what's going on, guys? As you may all know, it's SEPT19 Ninja. We are back with the post-match review of Liverpool versus Leeds, and also, guys, we're chucking in Liverpool versus Chelsea, or Chelsea versus Liverpool from Stamford Bridge. But guys, let's jump back to the Liverpool versus Leeds game from Anfield. Let's move on to the tactics screen, boys. As you can see, we ran out 4-3 winners. A Salah hat-trick. What a guy. What a game. What a player. What form. You know, after those shady pre-season games, performances, he's obviously saving it for this first game of the season. So, guys, it was a good performance. Generally, it was okay. Well, actually, I don't know. I feel like it was good, but then in places I feel like it was. I thought the defense were barring Robertson. I thought Salah was the best player, regardless. I thought Robertson was the second, and then I thought the rest of the squad, the midfield was 50-50, probably some 6s and 5s in there. I thought Trent, Gomez, and Van Dijk were poor. Poorest game I think I've seen Van Dijk play, in fairness. That's an actual league match. Gomez, it's kind of becoming a regular thing with him. I rate him. I think he's a good, solid defender. But as you all know, I'm a Motm fan. I prefer Motm. I think he's better on the ball distribution. I think he's, even physicality, I think he's really difficult to kind of get past. I think he's got that gangly kind of awkwardness to him. And he's not that slow I think his speed is a myth. Like I say, a myth. I mean, I think his slowness is a myth. I think he's faster than people give him credit for, honestly. When was the last time you saw him get, breezed out in a one-on-one race? I mean, either he is slow and his position is just excellent, because you never really see him one-on-ones. I mean, I've seen Van Dijk in one-on-ones, running races, but I've never seen Motm. Why is that? I don't know. Maybe you guys have. Feel free to give me an example in the comments. But, guys, as you know, I would go with Motm over Gomez. I thought Trent was awful. But, it's rust. There is complacency with the champions. They've just been promoted. They're coming up with... They gave it... Leeds probably won't play a better game this season. And that sounds harsh, but they probably won't. I mean, they got to probably beat one of the top sides in order to better that performance. And I'm talking like maybe Manchester United aren't the top side. So probably Man City or a Chelsea. Actually, Chelsea aren't the top side. So actually, it means Manchester City. Basically, got to beat Manchester City to better that performance. Otherwise, I don't know. I can't, it's the first game of the season. They're all up for it. Seriously up for it. Guys, it's... I don't know. So, and I think we was rusty in places, but Salah dug us out. An amazing performance from Salah. So yeah, VVD did redeem himself. Well, I say he redeemed himself. He scored. He made the mistake after he scored the header, I think. I can't even remember which way it was around now. But yeah, I thought the only other consistent one was Robertson. I thought Robertson was really good. Mane was really good in some places, but his finishing wasn't really there. The final third wasn't really there for Mane today. I thought he was tracking back well, and he's done some good things in midfield. Skinned a couple players, but yeah, I mean, Leeds are a new side. We're not played against them for years, so. Other teams, like the other ones, we know how they play and we know what to expect. We know what their players are capable of. You kind of know what Kane will do when you're up against him. You got a feel of the other teams. Leeds, we didn't know what they was going to be like. Didn't know how Bamford was going to play. Didn't know how Harrison was going to play. Didn't know how Klopps was going to play. Helder Costa, we didn't know how these players operate. So it was all new to us. So yeah, and it will be new to other teams that have to play them in this league, and I think they'll be very comfortable in this league. Our midfield, well, Henderson, I was surprised started in the end, although I did have him to start. You can see my lineup there. That's the lineup I went for. Let's quickly run through it, guys. Trent Alexander-Arnold, obviously Alisson in goal, Trent right back, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Milner, Mane, Firmino, and Salah. So, guys, obviously I went with Milner. I didn't thought he was going to play. I honestly thought he was going to play. But, Klopp Klopp thought otherwise. Klopp obviously knew that Leeds weren't a shitty team. Bielsa in charge, so didn't really want to risk it in midfield. You know, claps all round. I mean, that is why he's our manager, right? He smelt it and thought, you know what? I need to put a good solid 2 in there, good pair in there, with someone that can break in behind them. And he done that. He started Keita, and he started with Henderson and Wijnaldum. Made Henderson a 6, and Fabinho on the bench. So yeah, I mean, it's smart thinking. He outfought me. And yeah, all right, I'm a nobody, but I still wasn't prepared for that. You could have the argument that Keita, you know, isn't going to start next week, so he had to get a game in here because we have Chelsea next week. And then Arsenal after that, so I think he is more likely to figure in the Arsenal game. Although I'd still go with Fabinho, Henderson, and Wijnaldum to start both the next 2 games solidly. I also back Motm to replace Gomez for the Chelsea game. So I feel like Gomez had to start this one also. Trent and Robbo, I think they start definitely against Chelsea and Arsenal without a doubt. And then obviously the front 3. I was rather disappointed with Firmino. I thought he was dog-s. Honestly, thought he was dog-s. I haven't been happy with him for a while, but I've supported him, and I still hold his name up there high. But he is. If I have to replace anyone in this side, it would definitely be him. And I'd start bringing him off from Minamino. He needs to perform better. The thing is, he gets chances, but the chances he gets, he doesn't even hit the target or attempt to take them. So I'll understand if he didn't get many chances because of the role he plays. But that means the chances you do get, you need to score. So you should at least, I think, in his role that he plays now, right, with all the quality around him, I think Firmino should be scoring no less than 10 goals this season. Any season. 10 goals in the league, excluding cups. If you got, 10 goals in the league. There's 10 sides, lower half of the table, that he's fully capable of scoring against. Probably with, a no-look shot as well. But definitely. So anything lower than that, and you are, including all the work rate you do, you are, you're not cutting it for me. Guys, I want to see Minamino coming on from regularly. 60 minutes, 70 minutes. I want to see Minamino. I want to see Minamino mixing it up with Salah and Mane. But Klopp, they have a good bond there, those 3 up front. And Klopp knows that. He has to watch. He has to be careful a little bit. Because, upsetting Firmino, he's been in a pattern. He's used to it. Upsetting that threesome there. Yeah. I don't know, guys. It's a dicey one. But I think Firmino would be content, coming off a little earlier on occasions. I think he'd be vexed that his play's been taken completely. But as I said, I would like to see Taki getting on more often. And not in midfield either, because Taki is not built for our midfield. In fact, guys, let's just switch it up to the team that actually played against Leeds. So, guys, welcome back. This was the actual team that started against Leeds United. On the subs bench, we was missing Shaqiri, and Divock did replace Shaqiri on the bench, and I pretty much think that was the bench also. Fabinho, James Milner, Adrian, Curtis Jones, Takumi Minamino, Takumi Minamino, Fabinho, it's all starting to rhyme, boys. Divock Origi and Joel Matip. So that was the, barring one change on the pitch and off the pitch, we had the correct teams and a few switches around. Wijnaldum came on, so I would squash that Barca thing. I don't think he's going anywhere. If I think it would be about us raising the funds for Thiago if he's going to come in. Oh, I don't know, boys. I don't know about it. I don't know. I'd love it. If he does it, if he comes, then good night. Thank you very much. I'd say we're odds on to retain, man. Definitely. And so far, there's been no more progression on the whole Koulibaly or even Upamecano. Upamecano doesn't really worry me, to be honest. I think he's just quite standard. If they got him, City got him, I wouldn't be too fussed. It's Koulibaly. If City get Koulibaly, then I'll be a little worried. The Messi thing shut down, so that's good until next season, and it'll probably pop up once more when Barcelona do absolutely nothing. But yeah, guys. So this was a starting lineup on the bench that started against Leeds. Yeah, Wijnaldum and Keita. Usually we have Keita, you know, on the left side and Wijnaldum on the right side, and that's just because Keita prefers the left. But we never saw that. We saw Keita on the right and we saw Wijnaldum on the left in his normal position. And there was various times when, like, the ball, I think the ball over Van Dijk came from this side here. Whether Keita was to blame or could he have done anything in there, I'm not so sure. I think, and then yeah, that was that one, and there was another one that was from around here, this area, I think. But yeah, I mean, I always say Keita, his work rate, you know, he likes to get forward. He doesn't like, you never see Keita here like closing a man down or tracking someone. You never see him come deep here and receive a pass from Van Dijk and lay it back off. It's always Jordan or Wijnaldum that does that. He likes to do the half turns. Keita loves the half turns from about here. Here onwards, Keita absolutely loves the half turn. Or his back to goal. If he's here, back to goal, opposing players all in their own half, he'll receive it back to goal in a turn. Otherwise, if it's counter attack, he loves it on the half turnaround. You never see him pick the ball up anywhere kind of along here. Like, even if the defenders go out to here, you never see him drop like really deep here. He's always this man here, which could be the way, you know, Klopp likes it, and we would rather Wijnaldum drop in and Henderson to receive that ball from the defenders or the left or right backs. But it's just the thing. I feel like if you're a midfielder, you need to be showing that deep, but he doesn't like it. I also think he's quite slow on the ball. I think he's a fabulous player going forward, and if he ever kind of puts that kind of, if he ever builds that kind of Wijnaldum, the basics of Wijnaldum into his game, you know, with back to goal and being able to shield the ball better than he does, like Wijnaldum does. I think going forward, dribbling and shielding, he's fine, but going backwards and dribbling, you know, he's not quite there. And Wijnaldum can go backwards dribbling brilliantly, shielding off players from intercepting, defending against the press, protecting against the press, and that's why he's always in there every single game. He's a big match player and he knows how to do it really well. Naby's still learning, but for all the tricks and beating players, yeah, offensively, I think he's probably more talented than Wijnaldum. He does do better things. He's probably got a better shot. He probably is more dangerous. He probably gets around more players easier than Wijnaldum on the edge of the box. But if you're talking about someone doing it to the extent where you're really making big strides in a match, like, you're not doing it. He's not doing it. He's doing it on the halfway line. Why are you doing it here for? Get to here, then take on 2-3 man and get the assist. You know, I've only seen that a few times. You know, I need to see it. You need to be a game changer. When he comes on in the second half of matches, 70, 80 minutes, with 10 minutes, the reason why you're coming on is to impact the game, is to change it, is to do what you like to do, is to do exactly that. He doesn't do that enough. And this is why we're linked with more creative players, because deep down, we all know that he's not creating enough. He's there to change games, turn it on his head, win us games that we're drawing 1-1. Like yesterday, like, he got taken off when we actually probably needed him on the pitch. That wasn't, you know, his fault. That was Klopp's fault, because, you know, it was 3-3 at the time. Well, no, tell a lie, we was leading, and then he came off, and then they equalised. So, you know, but really and truly, with him on the pitch starting, we kind of should have been maybe 2 or 3-0 up, or 2-1 or 3-1 up before he even left the pitch. But guys, I don't know. It's 50-50 with our fan base on him at the moment. I'm not against him. I just question people who think he's so much better than Wijnaldum, because he really isn't. And those people just clearly love the attacking side of the game. They love dribbling. They love through balls. They like the slickness. They like the sexiness of it. Don't we all? My best player of all time is Maradona, and my idol of all times is JJ Kocher. Those two are the fucking, excuse my language, are the finest of, you know, when it comes to dribbling and skills and a magician with a ball. You know, a Kocher, there's no one more skillful than that man ever, in my opinion, to probably exist. Like, he was amazing. he was just, you know, unfortunate about his direction in his career and what teams he ended up at. Whereas some players, you know, like Messi, start at a top club and finish at a top club and play consistently around absolutely top players. Whereas, you know, Koch went to any team, Fenerbahce, Bolton, PSG with Ronaldinho. They took the absolute piss when he was at PSG with Ronaldinho. And, you know, won titles. So I'm all for a player that's got skills and dribbling ability. But before you do that, please, if you're a midfielder, you need to learn the basics, man. You need to learn the basics. And I don't think he's got the basics really nailed down as of yet. Jordan Henderson came back and he was just Jordan Henderson. He seemed a bit tired, a bit laggy, but he done what he could do. Klopp made some changes. We never got to see Milner. Minamino didn't even play either. So Fabinho came on for Naby Keita. Henderson went into his normal role and Fabinho dropped back into the middle. And then Curtis Jones also came on for Jordan Henderson, which was an interesting substitution. And also Trent Alexander-Arnold came off for Joel Matip, which then pushed Gomez out to the right. But we can maybe see this next game. So there's a substitution right there. That one, Joel Matip isn't replacing Gomez directly. Do you see the Klopp work there? So at the end of the Leeds game, he makes that tactical substitution. So Gomez doesn't feel like Matip has come in to take his place, and Joel doesn't also feel. My God, what's wrong with me? and Joel. It's because they're both similar. Joe and Joel are fucking confusing my ass. So Joe doesn't feel like Joel's come on and taken his place. So he takes off Trent, who knows he's had a shocker, quite frankly. Whereas Gomez could maybe form an argument to his performance. I mean, he weren't great, but he wasn't awful. It was just as bad as Van Dijk, in my opinion, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, Klopp's played it smart, because I feel like this is going to start the next game and maybe put his man where he wants him, with Joel Matip coming on. And also the substitution, it kind of shored up the defensive side of this game in particular. So he's kind of cut two birds with one stone. He shored up this defense for this match, and he's also kind of put in his starting back four, possibly what might be the Chelsea starting lineup. It wouldn't surprise me. Ziyech, is it Ziyech or Pulisic? He may take, you know, the Chelsea game in the last season when Pulisic, you know, did Trent, although we was a considerable amount of goals ahead and Trent was already 45 minutes knackered, and then had to deal with Pulisic. But, you know, Pulisic was giving him a little bit to think about. So maybe, you know, I can see it, guys. I can see this lineup starting. I'm not a fan of Gomez at right wing back either, or right back, whatever you want to call it. I'd prefer Trent playing there so we can push them back, and Salah plays excellent when Trent is there. But yeah, this was what finished that match. Curtis Jones was brilliant for Henderson. Is that going to be his replacement for this season? We got Ox to come back too. I feel like Curtis Jones kind of does a bit more than Ox, to be fair. At the moment, Curtis Jones is looking pretty silky and looking very comfortable in that midfield. I'm quite surprised. You can also come in off the left, or, you know, get an appearance off the bench when Mane needs to come off. He's a good option to have there. I was a bit worried when they got to the 3-3. Yes, guys, we got a penalty, which was won by Fabinho. I think it was Fabinho. Yeah, he got fouled. He went to win the ball in the area, got fouled. You know, but yeah, we dug ourselves out of it. So yeah, we're now done full game again. So yeah, guys, it was an okay display. It was exciting. It was a good game of football, nonetheless. But we can do better, and I'm sure we will do better. Shaqiri, I think Shaqiri just didn't make the squad, to be honest. Yeah, don't know what's going on with Shaqiri. I do not know what's going on with Shaqiri. Maybe we'll see him on the bench for this game. I can't see it. I think the bench probably be similar to this that you see now. Origi back on it, Minamino, Milner, Henderson. Well, not Henderson. Well, I think Henderson will start, so I expect to see Curtis Jackson. Curtis Jackson. Who's Curtis Jackson? 50 Cent, isn't it? He looks nothing like Curtis Jackson. Many men. Yeah, Jordan Henderson, I think, will start with Luigi and Fabinho. The front three as per, and then probably this back four, and then Alisson. Probably the starting lineup, guys. So for this Chelsea preview, you can hear, you can listen to shortly. So for the Chelsea preview, pretty much got the starting lineup here right now. So I guess, why not? Should we just go straight into it? The quick Chelsea Liverpool preview at Stamford Bridge. Yeah, why not, guys? I'm gonna go with pretty much the starting lineup I've just sort of mentioned, and the bench is pretty much this. This is the bench. I think Gomez is gonna stay in that position. Is Trent gonna play? Is Trent gonna play? They got Pulisic there, and it's away. I feel like Klopp is gonna go strong and firm. I feel like Gomez is gonna play. I feel like he really is gonna play. So I'm gonna stick with it. I could be surprised. We could even see Keita back in there somewhere. Maybe I'm playing safe. I don't usually play safe because I went with Milner last game. You know, so I really don't play safe. I even had Shaqiri on the bench and Divock Origi off, so that was not playing safe, considering Divock's always on the bench, literally. Even when they're not at Anfield, Divock Origi's on the bench. Like, I bet Divock's been on the bench throughout this whole COVID no game situation that's been going on for the last few months. You know, you go to Anfield, you can see him on the bench just chilling, you know. Nobody else there, just Origi still on the bench chilling. Ah, man. But, yeah, but it's a tricky one. I'm gonna go with this starting lineup, guys. I'm gonna go with this bench. Chelsea, be interesting, very, very interesting. They're coming. With their players, have they bedded in properly? Have they merged together? How they want to? Is Lampard doing the thing? Is he putting it all in and training? You know, Havertz, Ziyech. I think a lot of them are overrated, to be honest. Ziyech was, you know, the year that Ajax done half decent. The year we won the Champions League, they got to the semis. It was knocked out by Tottenham. So yeah, Ziyech was player of that tournament. Not Ziyech. Sorry, De Jong was player of the tournament. Wasn't Ziyech or Havertz or any of them boys. Havertz wasn't even in it, I don't think. Were they in it? I can't remember. If they were in it, and they got knocked out in the groups. That's for sure. Leverkusen. I don't think they was in it. So. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Havertz play. I know he plays similar to Pogba in his building, his style. He likes to break past, you know, break the midfield, a bit like Naby does, and especially like Kevin De Bruyne. He plays a bit like that. You know, he's got some good feet on him. I don't know. I just don't feel that scared. I just don't. I'm not. Everyone hyping him up. I don't feel bothered by it. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. So they're probably gonna go with maybe Kante's definitely gonna play. I think Jorginho might be the man to miss out. Unless they're gonna get Kante going more forward. I don't think he's that kind of player. I think you play Kante or Jorginho in the middle of the three if they're gonna play a 4-3-3. And then you have Havertz and who's the other one? Kovacic, however his name is pronounced, the other side. Or maybe you have, I don't know, can you have Jorginho there? Jorginho, Kante and Havertz. I don't know, Pulisic and Ziyech on the wings. Werner across the middle. Yeah, I think Werner's a wrap. I don't think he'll trouble Matip or Van Dijk personally. I think Gomez could do something against Pulisic. And I think Robbo can deal with Ziyech. Ziyech is very similar to Mahrez. They play opposite sides for their countries. You know, Ziyech ain't really, apart from the Champions League. And Ajax were alright. They should have. Ajax were alright, you know, they drew with Bayern, twice in the groups or something. And they lost to Madrid in the next round, and then they beat Madrid. Look at Madrid right now, though. That was on a down. Like even City's beating Madrid last campaign. So Madrid are in a bad place, you know, and then you know they don't even beat Tottenham. They couldn't even beat Tottenham. They threw it away against Tottenham. So were they really that good? Ziyech, you know, Ziyech's played in the Dutch league. I don't know. I'm just not really scared of any of them. I think they're good players. I don't think they're anything special. I mean, no, not for me. Not for me. I think they're good, strong, upcoming, decent players, but none of them are world beaters, and I think we will give them a lesson. If I'm watching anybody, it'd probably be Pulisic. I think he might be the danger, really. But it'd be good. It'd be a good test for us. They're a new team, so we've not played against them before. We won't take them lightly because they're a new team. They've got so many new players. It will, you know, it will really motivate us. Klopp will be telling the boys this. Listen, guys, they got a whole new team out. This is not the same Chelsea team you whacked to the end of last season, or you beat at Stamford Bridge earlier on. You know, this is a whole new team, different team now. I've also got Chilwell at left back. So it's another good defensive improvement. Thiago, I don't think Thiago will cut it in the Premier League. I think he's past his peak. Brazilians, let's face it, have never been the best defenders. You know, so, you know, he's never won he got to the Champions League final with PSG. But other than that, he's never really got to the final. They've never won it. So, and now you're coming to play top level Premier League football where you've been sitting in the Farmers League for how long? Playing against mediocre teams. And now you want to come and challenge the top 6 in the Premier League? Nah, not for me. It'd be interesting to see your partners. If I'm going to say, I feel like it should be Rudiger and Thiago. It's a good partnership, don't get me wrong. But I just think Thiago isn't made for this level. I think he's just past it. I think there's something different to his game. So, but it'd be interesting. It'd be a good match. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, I think we're going to approach this pretty defensively. And we're going to stay firm. Probably concede possession a little bit, to be fair. I'll be surprised if we really try and press them and dominate the game. Especially as being we're away, even though there's no crowd or anything. But Chelsea will want a bit of retribution for that drumming they got at Anfield when we won the title. And we lifted the league title. So yes, guys, this is my prediction for the score. Ooh, what is my prediction for the score? Prediction for the score. I'm going to go with 3-2. I'm going to go with 3-2 to Liverpool. Yes, I'm going to go with a 3-2 win at Stamford Bridge to Liverpool. My man of the match, I'm going to go with... you guys ain't going to like this very much. Well, some of you might. Well, I'm going to go with this man, Genie Wijnaldum. You're probably thinking, what the hell? Yeah, I'm going to go with Genie Wijnaldum, boys. I'm going to go with 4-3. My scorers, no, sorry, 3-2. My scorers. I think Salah's going to get one. He's on form. He's going to be hungry again. Hopefully, Trent plays, because when Trent plays, you know, he has that connection with Salah. Sometimes it's a bit detrimental to his game. When Trent doesn't play, but I can see it easily being Gomez for at least until, like, you know, 60-70 minutes. Then Trent will come on, which could be a smart move, not gonna lie. That'd be pretty dope, actually. Score. No, not score, sorry. 3-2 scorers. Salah gonna get 2. Does he plays on Rudiger's side, isn't it? Thiago plays right of the centre defenders, I think. Or does Thiago play the left? Not sure. Thiago plays left centre back, then maybe Salah gets 2. But I'm gonna go for Van Dijk again. Van Dijk header. Salah. Is Mane gonna score? I'm going to go for Mane again, yeah. I went for Mane and Salah in the last one against Leeds, where I said 2-0 victory. But I'm going to go with Mane, Van Dijk again, and then Salah. Or maybe Salah too. We'll see. And Wijnaldum, man of the match. I just think he's going to have a really strong game. Very defensively sound. Link play well. Yeah, he's going to do the business. Ouija, come on, boy. So, guys, that has been the... Chelsea versus Liverpool match preview, and a full-time review of Liverpool versus Leeds United, where we ran out 4-3 victors. So guys, I've been Red Mr. SEPT19 Ninja, and I will see you all soon. Let's do this!